The chairman of Independent National Electoral Commission, popularly called INEC, Professor Yakubu Mahmoud, who is the same chairman that conducted the most controversial presidential election in the history of Nigeria in the last 2023 presidential election, has just made a revelation to Nigerians home and abroad that INEC is currently working in collaboration, in sync, with the Nigerian Correctional Services in order to secure voting rights for inmates. That is to say, if your brother dey prison, or maybe your sister, or your mama, or your papa, or your girlfriend, or even your wicked uncle dey for prison, say make you go begin the plan how you go take do voters card for that your person wey be say e dey inside prison. Because why? Very soon, INEC will be erecting new polling booths, polling and voter registration centers across most of our, prisons in Nigeria, most of our correctional services centers in Nigeria. But I will urge you to hold on so that you get the main details. However, the only thing that troubles me personally is that according to the information that is readily available on the internet space, INEC, in collaboration with Nigeria Correctional Services, after the INEC chairman, Professor Yakubu Mahmoud, met with the Controller General of Nigeria Correctional Services, one Mr. Sylvester Nwakuche, it was revealed that a joint task force, or rather a joint commission or committee, has been formed. That this committee will review in details the technical issues and the logistic issues involved in getting all of this done, so that inmates across Nigeria will have opportunity of voting during general elections in Nigeria. The moment I had technical issues and logistics issues, the only thing that came to my mind straight was technical glitch. The almighty technical glitch of 2023. I said, I hope, say, this time, technical glitches will not only happen at the correctional, service centers, only at the prison, because the political class have given us a lot of reasons to doubt them in many capacity. You see, but before we discuss some of the, concerning outcome of this very development, the INEC chairman equally revealed that voting is a human right, that inmates must not be deprived. Prison inmates must not be deprived of voting during general election. He cited examples like Ghana, Kenya, and South Africa, maintaining in clear terms that inmates are allowed to vote during elections. And then he went further to say that according to some ruling that was made in Benin City in 2014 and 2018, where the court obtained a voting right for people who are on awaiting trials. So according to the joint section of the INEC chairman and the Controller General of Nigeria Correctional, Services, they made it clear that their major interest is to secure voting rights for inmates on awaiting trial, mostly. And according to the Controller General of Nigeria Correctional Services, Mr. Sylvester, he revealed that out of the 81,000 inmates that Nigeria as a sovereign state has in their correctional, service centers, that 60% of them, or that over 60% of them, are on awaiting trial. That is to say that more than 60% of these 81,000 persons have not been convicted or found guilty. That is to say that a larger majority of these inmates have not been found guilty. They are still going to court, trial upon trial. So, according to the INEC chairman and the Comptroller General of the Nigeria Correctional Service Centers, they are interested in establishing and obtaining voting rights for these inmates. According to the INEC chairman, he maintained that they will exploit the current Electoral Act reform that is going on at the National Assembly, and they will rely more on the National Assembly to explain the provisions of the law more to them, to understand more in clarity who will be eligible to, to vote during general election in Nigeria, owing to the fact that Section 12 of the Electoral Act of 2022 stipulates those who will not be eligible for voter registrations and further voting during general election, people who are incapacitated legally. So he tried to say that the National Assembly will give further clarity to that, whether these people who are legally incapacitated are classified as people who have been convicted of treasonable felonies, people who are on death row, and so many other interpretation as the case may be. So they are working tirelessly to establish this for a fact and go ahead to install polling units, polling booths, voter registration centers across the Nigerian prisons or Nigerian correctional service centers. They also raised the concern about allowing politicians to come to the prison to campaign. You know what I mean? The same way politicians go to different states to do their rallies and all of that, politicians will now probably, if it is granted, begin to enter inside prison to go and campaign. You know what I mean? They will tell you, if you buy person and they put you for here, when I become president, when I become governor, I go comot you because buy person. Well, good people of Nigeria, the reality remains that across the world, especially in the most developed part of the world, United States of America, UK, Germany, some level of inmates are being granted opportunity to vote during general elections, most especially inmates on awaiting trials, inmates that have not been convicted yet. They have not been found guilty. In most countries in the West, people who have been convicted of treasonable felonies, people who have committed some type of serious crimes, very serious crimes, majority of these persons are not allowed at all to participate in the voting process. So the Nigeria Independent National Electoral Commission must be very careful in this approach, in this step they are taking towards granting inmates on awaiting trial the voting rights, during general election. They must be very, careful and very precise in order not to cause more problems. But the bigger question I would want to ask the INEC chairman is this: have we entirely succeeded in perfecting electioneering in Nigeria? Can we beat our chest and say that we are proud of INEC, conduct of elections in Nigeria before moving further to prisons to begin to give inmates the voting right? We are still battling with the least elections in Nigeria to be even fair. We are not even talking about being perfect. Look at the last election that was conducted in Lagos State. It was marred with all types of catastrophe. INEC will allegedly partner with security agencies, the governors of the state, the ruling class, and they begin to commit all forms of abomination. You will carry beavers that does not belong to this polling booth, you go and give it to them. You carry paper, ballot papers come, some person's name, pictures will not. What type of commission is INEC? Why do we have this level of porosity and polarization in an institution that is supposed to be independent in Nigeria? You have not been able to live by integrity. You have not been able to live up to date, even at the list of local government election. And now you want to transfer voting rights, transfer polling booths, voter registration centers to prisons, to inmates. I hold nothing against these people. My genuine concern is about the rascality we have in this country. That somebody will wake up one morning on the election day and tell you that a prison inside the Benue state produced 1 million votes. That is Nigeria for you. INEC chairman is never going to listen to such stories. He will rush to announce election result. The worst he can tell you, or the best he can tell you, is to go to court. So of what essence will all of these things be if we are not ready yet to be an independent commission, to live by integrity, to serve this country at all costs, giving Nigerians peaceful, fair, free and credible elections? These are the concerns. Not only myself, but all Nigerians across board are raising these concerns. And I hope that this message will get to the INEC chairman and all those concerns, so that they will know that the masses are gradually losing interest and trust in them. Well, at this point, I will allow you guys to be the judge. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section and share this video. Man, another person see him. God bless you.